Well, good evening and welcome to the Pistol Australia live show, episode 3. And great news, we're going to have the competition running. We've got our final 7 names and we'll give you the information about voting a little bit later in the show. Joining me, of course, tonight again, Joe Capitanoff, the National Development Coach. Welcome along, Joe.
How's it going, Mike?
We're going to have a bit of a coaching segment with you coming up.
Yes, a little later on.
It was a great couple of days of competition up there. We spoke to some lovely people, Kirsten and Drew, who will flesh out some of those interviews a bit later in the program and in coming weeks. But have a look at the highlights package here, firstly, of the first few days of competition.
This is big bore pistol silhouette, shot in multiples of 50 metres out to 200 metres. When they say silhouette, they're steel cutouts of like chickens, pigs, turkeys, rams. Rams weighing, I think, around the 56 pound, which means you've got to have a big gun to knock them over. To score a point, you must knock the target down off the stand. Yeah, we've got 45 shooters for this weekend, which is pretty good. Yeah, the types of guns we use, well, in production there can be a lot of different single shot or in this specific version of the competition, can be a bolt action firearm with a maximum 10-inch barrel. In revolvers it's a 10-inch, but it can be typically most common use is a Freedom Arms from America. Smiths have got an 8 3/8-inch barrel revolver, which is used by some people. Production is single shot pistols, Thompsons or BFs and such things. That's the production. Then you got revolver, which is obviously some type of revolver that can get enough power to knock down a ram. Like I use a 41 mag, which is only a few of them about. Some people use 44 mag. 357 mags is the most common. Unlimited is the now shot on half-size targets so in other words you've got to have something capable of being very accurate up to 200 metres and on the targets with a maximum 15-inch barrel. And standing, which is any production class firearm shot from a standing position. That's the one where you can really either be good or bad on the day by day. It's shot out in the open, so mirage, wind, rain, all can affect you. Wind, when 200 metres with something like a 41 mag, the wind will just totally destroy you if you don't get the adjustments right. Well, big bore is out to 200 metres knocking over very heavy targets, where small bore is 100 metres with 22 rimfire, knocking over a lot thinner targets that are a lot smaller, and a 22 rimfire can knock them down quite okay.
You've got a range of handmade cakes here, and I'm told you've been catering out here for 33 years. Fantastic. You would have seen a bit over the years?
We have, yes we have.
What's a highlight for you in 33 years out here?
I just like it coming out, enjoying the company of the shooters.
Scoring works, you've got 40 standing targets. Before that you get 5 sighting shots in 2 minutes. So you can go through, you've got actually 1 sighting target at each distance.
Yep.
So you get 5 shots in 2 minutes, and then once you've done that they cease fire and start again. So then you've got 40 targets, so you've got a bank of 10 at each distance, which was 50, 100, 150 and 200 metres. So you get 2 minutes for 5 shots, left to right in order, and then you've got to hit the target and knock it from its stand. So that's how you get a scoring hit.
Yeah, so a hit on it and it stays standing, no score.
That's correct,
right,
yeah.
Well, besides the flies and the wind, it's still good conditions really. The sun's out, the wind plays a bit of a havoc, but it's pretty constant. So but it is harder on days like today than what it is normal days. Yeah, and really the wind's pretty constant too. It's not gusty, and it makes it tricky. But you do your sight, your windage adjustments, and hopefully you can work it out.
Got to say the flies here absolutely love me, buzzing around everywhere. I've tried a number of different fly sprays and it does nothing at all. I'm Pigpen from the Charlie Brown cartoon. Here with Linda Jekyll from the WA 1500 World Championships here at the Metallic Silhouette. You don't normally shoot this?
No, I don't shoot this. My partner shoots this. So I'm here in support of him. but I'm having a great time shooting it as well. So it's,
Oh, yeah, you're having a go. So,
I'm having a go,
are
so-
you using some of the specialised firearms for this?
I am. They're all borrowed guns, borrowed ammo. They're
Yeah.
my partner's guns.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so it's the first time I shot the big bore in PA. I've shot the big bore SSAA last year.
It's interesting. The wind is playing a bit of havoc, so they're clamped some of the targets at the back there because the wind's blowing them over. But
Yes.
that's why we come down the range and check the marks on them to make sure there's a hit and it's a score.
Hit and a score. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's some of the fantastic competition that happened over the couple of days. But of course, you can shoot a possible, which is 40 targets, a score of 40, or you could be tied on 39. And so you've got to have some shoot-offs here to decide who the national champion is. Half scale at 200 metres.
Absolutely. It's. I think there was a couple of tied scores, and shoot-offs were order of the day. And it sounds challenging to hit at 200 metres half the scale of what they've been shooting during competition.
The chicken at 200 metres, the half-size chicken at 200 metres, that is an extremely, it's like looking at that. It's like looking at a 20-cent piece from 200 metres.
And
Like, it's incredible, the skill of these competitors to hit them.
Absolutely. And the challenge of it is they don't get siders.
No, you've got to have your set up in previous competition. You come to the shootout, you've just got to guess where you're sighting, how many clicks up, down, where you're going to go with your sights, and you've just got to go for it.
Just sounds how important the spotter is for this event.
Yeah, let's have a look now at some of the shoot-offs. So up next we have the revolver, and we're going out to 200 metres. We've got Jason Anderson and Matt Sears, both scored possibles, a 40 each in competition. So we're going to go the best of 5 shoot-off here at 200 metres on half-size targets. There's a miss on C and a miss on D. So 0-0 here after the first round. So we're going turkeys now at 200 metres, half size. There's a miss on the turkey on C. And it's a hit on D, so 1-0 up. There's a turkey down and a miss. So he's 2-0 up so far in this match. So last shot now, and the pressure's on Jason Anderson, must hit. Anderson with a miss.
Perfect height. And that first one, mate, you were just left of him too, sorry.
So the shoot-off now coming up for the production final. 3 shooters, Matt Sears, Mick Arden and David Dewsbury, all finished on 40. And we'll have the best of 5 targets at 200 metres. Arden out on C3. And it's Dewsbury down there on bank D3. So got a hit on the first one there from Sears. Arden with this, Dewsbury to go. And that is Mick Arden, 5 from 5 at 200 metres, takes the championship.
Great work, Mick.
Well done, Mick Arden. Production, metallic silhouette. So Mick Arden just knocked down 5 at 200 metres. Well done. So you're going to take the championship here in production.
Didn't it? Really good. Yeah, it's nice to get 5.
Yeah.
Really is. Yeah.
That's pretty good shooting. The chicken there from 200 is a sensational shot.
It's always good when that thing clears the rail. It really is.
Well, congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much.
So the unlimited category shoot off now. On bank C1 is Glenn Anderson. On bank D1, Scott Dawson shooting for first and second. On bank C2, Jason Anderson. On bank D2, Kim Emery shooting for third and fourth. So the 2 shooters shooting off here for first, Anderson and Dawson, finished on 38 in regular competition. So Jason Anderson on camera here, shooting off for third and fourth. Under some pressure, Scott Dawson, Glenn Anderson, 4 down. Oh, beautiful finish here. So one down there for Dawson and a clean sweep for Glenn Anderson. Well, he'll take the national championship in the unlimited category. 5 down in the shootout. Well, Glenn Anderson there, 5 down at 200 metres to take the national championship in the unlimited category, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, mate. That was pretty scary. No, it was good. They looked good, good spotting, and commiserations to Scotty. But it was a great weekend shoot.
And there's some of our silhouette results there. Junior aggregate there, Lachlan Moore from Victoria did a great job.
Great job.
Judy Harding there getting the women's aggregate.
Yep, and junior aggregate.
In the open teams, New South Wales took the open teams event.
They took it out.
They took it out there, yeah. And Queensland got the women's teams.
There you go.
Yeah. Again, all the results up on pistol.org.au up on the website.
Mike, what have you brought back from Narrabri? Looks like a teacup holder.
Have a look at this fantastic beanie knitted by Carmel. She's one of the competitors there, and in between competition, just to bring her focus back down away from competing, she sits there and she knits these beanies. Now, all the money raised for these is going to prostate cancer research, so she's knitting them for people on the range, for friends and family, and she's fantastic. I talked to her on Saturday afternoon. She had one for me on Sunday morning. How good is this?
That's fantastic, but I'd be worried if you walked on the range with that. People might take some pot shots at those silhouettes on your cap.
Yeah, well, yeah, these are half-size scale targets also anyway. So
don't go anywhere near the finals.
I got to thank Carmel, and she's doing a great job for prostate research, and everyone's supporting her and buying beanies off her.
Fantastic work, Carmel.
Well, Joe, what about the WA 1500 World Championship that was run so well by the organising committee with the help of Pistol Australia, obviously their support, and New South Wales Amateur Pistol Association? What a fantastic...
What a great atmosphere it was. Going to the range and seeing all the effort that they put in. It's a brand new range. It looks spectacular. And the people, what a close-knit shooting community it was.
Well, it's really important that they are close-knit. Everyone's helping each other out. Of course, we had one of the Swedish competitors, his ammunition got lost in transit. So everybody pitched in.
Yeah.
The whole community pitched in. They helped him out, and he got in and he shot his world championship and had a pretty good competition.
And he was able to finish his events.
Yeah, and of course, big news coming out of it, Peter Bruce shot a personal best.
Yes, I heard.
1494, the claim an individual world championship.
6 points off.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
New world champion?
New world champion. Of course, we had some teams world champions, some club teams world champions as well. We're going to get a graphic up shortly after the highlights showing all the results.
Perfect.
Well, Joe, there's some WA 1500 World Championship graphic there with the results. Of course, we already mentioned Peter Bruce there with a 14.94 in
Yeah,
the pistol.
some great results there.
Fantastic. And of course, Peter Bruce and Jamie Longbottom there, they picked up the bronze medal in the revolver, and then Peter teamed up with Chris Banfield in the pistol and
Yes.
took out the World Teams event.
Yeah, that was great, the World Teams event.
Well, Joe, let's move through now to your segment, Coach's Corner, and you're going to take us through all the very technical specifics of pistol shooting. You're going to start off, you've got a good subject to kick us off.
Coach's Corner. Today's episode, we're going to talk about shot routine. It's one of the important things that coaches, all stress shooters must have to be able to shoot well and consistently well. So what we want to do is we want to first talk about the shot routine. People use a number of different words. They use shot process, shot routine, shot execution. So they all mean the same thing.
So this shot routine you're talking about, this is really important when you first start pistol shooting, is to have a very good shot routine to kick you off. So when a competitor turns up at you in a national development camp, you're not trying to break bad habits.
Absolutely. We would like to see people have an established shot routine when they get to the development squad. Basically, it's an individualized process of how they need to process and execute their shot. It's think of it as a step-by-step process that an individual will adhere to actually fire a shot.
And you're getting some of your development athletes to actually write down their shot process. And the reason behind that is you want to be able to look and go through the process. Are they following their process, or are they doing something different?
Absolutely. From a coach's perspective, what we want to see is that the athlete follows the execution of the process that they've actually written down. There's no point writing something down and doing something different. The end result is easily analysed for the missing step. So basically, the shot process can be, or the shot routine can be a list of actions, or it could be a list of words, or it could be a combination of both actions and words. It can go through the basic steps of when they first started shooting, when they were first introduced to pistol shooting, that the club coach said, I would like you to do this first, this second, this third, and that basically is a development of the individual's shot routine. Then it gets modified, obviously, many versions. I can give you an example that my shot routine up to now is up to its 17th version from when it originally started.
And part of that too, that routine is getting yourself mentally ready to give you those key words that this is where I'm at, I'm ready to go?
Absolutely. It's a combination of things. It could be just cues, words, actions, feelings, even through the actions of the shooter following their process, how the transition point of their actions are also part of their routine. And it tells them a myriad of things to actually do. Eventually this becomes automated, and once it's automated, it's repetition and of the single perfect shot. So you virtually see identical shots being placed on the target as impact points or cutting each other. That would be the ideal.
Well, obviously, yeah, when you get your process 100% correct, you're hitting the center of the target. So you've just got to repeat that over and over and over. And almost robotic is probably a good word. You've got to be robotic to the point of, but then you can do the physical aspect, but then it's the mental side as well that you need to have those cue points to get you into the frame and into the zone.
Absolutely, the mental aspect of the shot production is an important part, but the mental aspects translates into actions. The actions are what makes the shot execute correctly, and we want to make sure that the people follow those actions precisely, so they become automated. Once they become automated, the shooter is a little bit like a bystander, is watching the film reel unfold in front of them to pick up the mistakes. Once they can pick up the mistakes before they actually fire the shot, because once you lose those points, they're never going to come back.
No, you've missed the shot, you've missed the shot.
That's
it. So I guess also from a development perspective, having the coaches giving the correct information at the beginning of a shooter's career is very important.
Absolutely. And part of the coach development, what we do is we're encouraging the coaches to work with their athletes to develop a shot routine so that it makes their life easier, and the analysis of the execution of a shot for the athlete by the coach becomes a lot easier.
Okay, I'm going to be going to the line at some point in the future because you're going to take me through the process of getting my pistol license. So what would be the things you would tell me about my shot routine the first time I step up?
Well, we're going to start right from the beginning. After we go through all the safety aspects of firing a shot, what we're going to do is give you an idea of, from the first minute, how you approach your shooting bay, what you're going to put in place, what actions you're going to do, set up your body position, picking up the pistol, gripping the pistol, where you're going to aim. All those things will become sequential and you'll follow them one after the other. That will be your initial shot process or shot routine that we would like to see you do shot after shot.
So this shot routine can come right back to when you arrive at the range,
Absolutely.
right through to obviously checking your gun in, registering, all those processes prior to going to the line.
The shot routine is what happens when you're actually on the range approaching your bay. Your match plan is what happens all the way going back to the day before, the night before the event, where you actually are going to plan what you are going to do, and then it's a follow-on from your shot process.
Tell me something in coaching, do you introduce distractions during training to get the athletes able to block those out and just compete? Because you never know sometimes what comes up when you're standing there. There might be a sound that comes that you're not used to. You've just got to be able to focus exactly on what you're going to do and forget about everything else.
Absolutely.
Almost like a cone of silence.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a brilliant instance of this last weekend at the performance series in the Sydney Cup 2, where a cleaner decided to walk past the 50-metre shooters doing his cleaning in his trolley, and his trolley was very noisy. Now, the ones that were very involved in their shot process and shot routine, it didn't bother them at all. The less experienced shooters, they were turning around having a look at the cleaner pushing this trolley and making a hell of a racket, which obviously put them off their game, as where the more experienced shooters just continued on because their shot routine didn't dictate that their noise was going to distract them.
Well, they have to also, especially ISSF international competition, they're playing music during the finals.
Absolutely.
So there's all sorts of distractions. There's someone on the microphone talking about scores. There's many things that slow the process down, and you've got to refocus each time when you step up and you're in the ready position.
Absolutely. I mean, you can think of the shot routine or the shot process as a busy time to keep you busy at task at hand. So therefore, no distractions will get in your way because you're so focused on completing, almost like a checklist. Did I do this? Did I do that? That way, doesn't matter what distractions are. You're so busy and focused at what you're doing to execute a perfect shot.
And I guess in a lot of sporting terminology, they talk about muscle memory, and that's the same sort of thing. You've got the same process, your arm muscles, your elbows, whatever it is, bringing that firearm into the shooting position, it's just muscle memory and becomes second nature.
That's correct, Mike. In terms of muscle memory, only if you have a shot routine will that develop because you are executing actions identical. Remember, shooting is precision sport. We're talking about millimeters, especially in ISSF matches. So therefore, we want to make sure that our actions are precise, and following the same actions over and over again will create that muscle memory for you to be able to be a bystander and watch the process unfold in front of you. If they're not automated, if you don't do them precisely the same, there's always now doubt in your mind. Oh yeah, I'll wait a little bit longer. I shouldn't have done that. How many times have we heard that?
And then your score reflects
your score will reflect
the self-doubt.
Yeah, the self-doubt.
Yeah. Great opportunity for everyone around the country. Ask the coach.
Ask the coach. We have a new segment we've introduced, and it's called Ask the Coach. Any questions from beginners to advanced shooters, and we'll try to address them while we're going live in subsequent episodes. So the email address will be?
It's pistol@pistol.org.au, and in the subject line put Ask the Coach.
Ask the Coach. Ask the Coach, and we'll try and answer all your questions.
Well, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, since we started this show, episode 3, we've been looking for a name, and we've put it out there to the public to give us a name, and we've just got the emails come through here while we're live on air. So I'm going to go through the 7 names, and we'll be able to vote again on pistol@pistol.org.au on the email. Also, we'll do a Facebook poll we'll get up very, very shortly. But how's the names here? In alphabetical order, in no particular order. We've got Australia on target.
And then we've got Pistol Talk.
Yeah, 10.9. Now that relates obviously to scoring.
Yeah, centre of the target.
Yeah.
The front sight.
The front side, I quite like that one. The range report, that's a pretty good one.
Oh, that's a good one. It's like what we're doing every day with the episodes.
Absolutely. Top shots.
Yes.
Yep. And the Pistol Show Australia.
Yeah, I think that's self-evident.
Yeah, it is indeed. So, there you are. Australia on target, Pistol Talk, 10.9, the front sight, the range report, top shots, the Pistol Show Australia. So make sure you vote, people, online. Get on there to the Facebook page. It'll be up very, very shortly. The poll there for the 7 names to name the show. And that fabulous prize. We've got the Pistol Australia shirt signed by all our national teams from 2019. And that'll be framed, and that's going to look fantastic at home on your bar or up on the wall in your
Absolutely.
Pistol Club.
We need a name for our show.
Yeah, we do. We don't know who we are otherwise.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that brings a wrap to another show here. It's so much fun doing this. We've had so much on of late, and we've got a lot of content to drop on social media coming forward. Lots of interviews with the Australian Metallic Silhouette team. More fleshed out interviews with our WA 1500
Absolutely.
Australian team. Going forward, of course, we're going to go to Toowoomba. That's our next competition.
That's it. Very good.
So thanks for joining us online. Make sure you
Thank you.
share and follow us on Facebook. Share us around to your friends and let them know. Get online to watch the show. We're having fun doing it, and we hope to keep bringing it to you.
See you later, Mike.